Take a look at these pillars of society. Every one of them have covered up bank tax evasion. Why? Because they are all owned by the men in black suits, the infamous 1%.
This man was the first to cover up bank tax evasion, no doubt on the orders of his boss, David Cameron. I gave him a letter from Lloyd's who said, "As you were told previously, we pay no tax on these charges." And he gave me a supposed letter to Lloyd's CEO, which was not on headed notepaper, a ministerial code breach, where he said it wasn't clear what you mean. We pay no taxes? What's not clear? And Lloyd suddenly changed their story, and he said he believed the CEO was an honest and honorable man. Tell that to his wife. Mr. Hoban is now on £200,000 a year for a few hours' work a month as an advisor to the city. I think he should be in jail.
This man, Prime Minister David Cameron, covered up bank tax evasion to protect his family's wealth and that of his many banker friends. I think he should be keeping Mark Hoban Company behind bars. This man promised to help me expose Cameron's bank tax evasion cover-up by getting his lone MP to get up at question time and grill Cameron about the cover-up. But instead he forced the Prime Minister, not my words but his successor Paul Nuttall, to have a referendum on Europe in exchange for shutting me up. Sounds like blackmail to me, a criminal offense. So one could argue that Brexit was apparently obtained illegally. This man opened his mouth at his acceptance speech when he took over UKIP from Farage and said, "We forced the then Prime Minister David Cameron to have a referendum on Europe. He didn't want to, but we forced him to. This was a giveaway. How can you force someone if you have no leverage? Unfortunately, I unwittingly gave them the leverage." This is Nigel Farage's mistress, who posed as an investigative journalist provided by Farage, who wasted 2 months of my life, and when I realized Farage was talking to David Cameron, it was announced on Andrew Neil's morning politics program, I accused her of complicity with Farage to shut me up. She never replied and went very quiet. I'm led to believe that when she did an expose of Farage in the Daily Mail, she tried to tell all about the Brexit referendum, but the Daily Mail refused to run with it. This lady was chairwoman of a select committee looking into bank practices, and I told her about bank tax evasion and warned her that I would expose all those that failed to help me. So to cover her backside, she got up at PM question time and asked Cameron if he was serious about tackling tax evasion no matter the size of the company, and Cameron misled Parliament by answering yes. She also oversaw a select committee about HSBC selling dodgy tax avoidance schemes. If she had done her job properly, she would have asked, "If you sell tax avoidance schemes, do you yourself operate them?" But of course she didn't ask the question. This lady was the Attorney General and my MP at the time. I gave her all my evidence, but from day one she wasn't interested. And she knew the response back from Lloyd's was a pack of lies, but she said she believed them, which was an apparent breach of the ministerial code, something she does quite often with apparent impunity.
Take a look at these pillars of society. Every one of them have covered up bank tax evasion. Why? Because they are all owned by the men in black suits, the infamous 1%. This man to the left of Marx ignored me when I notified him of bank tax evasion. Never asked for evidence, just ignored me. So democracy is an illusion, because he could have won the election with my evidence, but the men in black suits, the infamous 1%, control everything, even Marxists. This man was told about bank tax evasion. He said he'd get back to me. I'm still waiting. This woman was all for exposing the Conservatives' cover-up of bank tax evasion until she realized her beloved Labour Party were involved in the initial cover-up. Then she went quiet and ignored my attempts to contact her. If you want the truth, go elsewhere. You won't find it here.